So if you're moving to Atlanta and you just watched my Brookhaven vlog tour and you want to know more about that area, stay tuned. I'm going to give you a full map tour where we just kind of hit up some of the spots of, where to go eat, where to shop, how to get around. And I'll even point out there is a highway nearby with a lot of ethnic food called Buford Highway. So we'll talk about all of that coming up. And if you have any questions while you're watching anything, put them in that comments box below or shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. I would love to help you out in any way that I can. But hey, if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified when I do post a new video, because guys, I am gonna be showing you all sorts of different neighborhoods, trying to help you out and find you a neighborhood that fits your lifestyle and your budget. So let's get started. Let's jump right on over to the map.
Okay, so here we are on the map, and I have drawn out the three different neighborhoods in Brookhaven that I talked about in my vlog tour. So that is Ashford Park right here. Then when we have Drew Valley here on the south, and then Brookhaven Fields. Now, these are not perfect. Now, I don't think there's really true border lines, but this is like a rough sketch of where these neighborhoods are. So don't take this, as exact science right here. It's just kind of a rough sketch of where these neighborhoods are. And remember, Brookhaven is its own city. So Brookhaven extends all the way from I-85 up Claremont Road, and it goes right up to I-285 up here, and then roughly kind of like right back down here. And then on the other side, you've got, this is kind of like all the Buckhead area and all its different little neighborhoods. So that gives you an idea of where we are at. And, if you are commuting to work, maybe work in Midtown or downtown, you have a couple different ways to get to Midtown or downtown, which is right down here. But your best bet is probably going to be, getting on 85 right down here, and then following this all the way down into Midtown downtown. You're looking at about 20-25 minutes without traffic. If there's some traffic going on, then it could take you a little bit longer. But depending on where you live, you could get off of Claremont and then hook onto 85 that way, or you could go down Peachtree a little bit, maybe hit Druid Hills Road, get on I-85 that way. So there's a couple different options. Again, just depends on where exactly you live. Now, if you work over at the perimeter, or if you just want to do some shopping, there's a nice mall, Perimeter Mall, and then they have a lot of big box stores like there's a great home goods store, there's a Bed Bath & Beyond, there's a Dick's Sporting Goods, so, so on and so forth, Best Buy. So there's a bunch of shopping right over here. Or if you work over along the perimeter, you could probably take Peachtree Road, which is right here, and then hop on 400 north and go up to the perimeter that way. Or you could take some back roads, like there is this Ashford Dunwoody Road, and you could go that way. But I will say, like, that can be kind of slow going, especially there's just a lot of stoplights, so it's a lot of stop and go traffic. And during rush hour, I remember I was up here one time trying to cut through Ashford Dunwoody down here, and I want to poke my brains out. It was just really bad backed up traffic. So just keep that in mind that, if you try to do some of these side roads, they can still back up because there's just a lot of stoplights. So a couple of other main roads. So, Peachtree Street, I mentioned it runs right along the edge of Ashford Park right here. And it kind of stretches all the way up here until you get hit I-285 or the perimeter up this way. And then on the south side, you're kind of bordered by, here's I-85, and then you've got this Highway 13, also called Buford Highway. And actually, Buford Highway is kind of like our international highway. If you're into ethnic foods whatsoever, you need to hit up Buford Highway and there's some great kind of like hole in the wall restaurants, like Korean, Chinese, Indian. I remember I went one time and did like a hot pot. If you're not familiar with that, it's like you cook food in like a boiling thing of water, and it's just kind of a fun experience. So there's all sorts of fun restaurants all along this Buford Highway. Highly recommend it if you are into that kind of cuisine. Now, if you travel a lot and you need to get to the airport, that's going to be a little bit, I'm going to say, you're going to have to hop on 85, travel down, here's the airport. I'm thinking probably 35 minutes or so on a good day. So another option you could do is, I had mentioned in the vlog tour, I even stopped by the station. These areas of Ashford Park, Drew Valley, and Brookhaven Fields are really well centered by the MARTA station, which is right here along Peachtree Street, and it has a huge parking lot. So if you can't get anyone to drop you off, you could just drive your car, park it, hop on the MARTA, and ride it all the way down to the airport or downtown. Great for sporting events, or into Midtown. So you do have that option as well. But let me jump into some of the fun stuff here. I walked along Dresden Drive. This is kind of like the main road from Peachtree Street, and it goes all the way over until it hits Claremont Road. And there's a bunch of little shops right here in this what's called Brookhaven Village. So let me just zoom in on that a little bit more so you can kind of see what's all around there. But there's a couple of little restaurants. So kind of on the one corner, you have this Kaleidoscope Bistro, kind of just kind of a little bit of everyday food, pretty casual. We got your burgers, your sandwiches, that kind of thing. There is a sushi place here right next to it. This Dixie Q, I'm not for sure when this is rather new. It didn't used to always be there. I have not tried this barbecue place. It looks pretty good, but I used to live in Texas, and I can be a little bit picky about my barbecue these days, but it looks promising. Now, if we go along here, this Verde Taqueria, this is another popular spot. Go get your happy hour margarita, your chips and salsa, typical tacos, that kind of thing. And there's like a J. Christopher's, which is more of a chain, but for a breakfast joint, you could go there. There's a nail bar. There is this natural body spa, so if you need a massage, you could go here. There's some dry cleaners. There's this Port Kitchen and Bar, so it's got it's a wine bar, bistro, so go have a drink, have some small bites, kind of a fun little spot. If you're more into beer, there's the beer growler next door. And if you just want to buy some wine to take home, we got this Brookhaven Wines, which has quite a good selection of wines. So, it's a cute little area to walk to. And if you live in any of these different neighborhoods, you can pretty easily walk there, and you're not having to walk miles and miles or anything like that. It's just a few blocks away. Across the street from all of these is there's a few little places right along here. There's a Pure Bar if you're into that kind of exercise. Haven Restaurant and Bar. It's kind of a continental type of restaurant, a little bit more upscale. Has some great food, great little place for a date night. And I haven't been here, but I've heard that this pizza place is going to pop up here. Oh, nope, that's not what I was trying to escape room. Come on. It's not going to pop up here, but there's a pizza place here that I've heard is pretty good. So that's kind of like the main areas for restaurants. But again, you can go up to town Brookhaven, which is just a quick drive, a couple of minutes, to be honest, right here at Peachtree Road. And then you're going to hit town Brookhaven, which has a bunch more very more casual type of restaurants or places to, a burger and a beer kind of place. So you have a lot of options there. This Crumble Cookies is new, and that's pretty dangerous. crumble cookies are amazing. If you haven't had them, try them out sometime. Just trust me on that one. So if you are wondering where am I grocery shopping at, where do I get that kind of everyday stuff, there is a Kroger very close by, right here, just off of Peachtree Road. If you are more of the Publix fan, you can go up to Town Brookhaven, and there's a Publix right here when you enter. There's also a Costco, there is a Costco too, but there's a Whole Foods that this whole little section right here is relatively new, a little bit newer. So there's a few other little restaurants like a Starbucks, and there's Zoe's Kitchen. There's something, Kava just opened up there. And so you got a few little options there. Now, if you want to do some, everyday shopping, there is a Walmart here, which there's not a lot of Walmarts inside the perimeter, so that's one of them. But if you don't prefer Walmart and you're more of a Target person, just head in the opposite direction towards Buckhead. There is a Target kind of like right there. And Buckhead is only like just under 2 miles from like right here, and you can just follow Peachtree Road down, hit Buckhead, and you're right by all the shopping and the restaurants. I will say, if you work in Buckhead, even though this is like under 2 miles and it should only take you 5 minutes, when there's really bad traffic, it can take you forever because there's just a couple of different stoplights that are kind of like bottlenecks. So one is right here, this Druid Hills Road and Peachtree intersection. There's just a long light, so sometimes when traffic gets backed up, you may have to wait several light cycles before you actually get through this intersection, which can be kind of painful. But shopping wise, there's the 2 main malls here in the Atlanta area. This is Lenox Mall, and then right a catty corner from it is the Phipps Mall. If you're wondering what the difference is, so the Phipps Mall is more upscale stores. Your Lenox Mall is going to be more your casual mall with, Bath and Body Works, a Banana Republic, a Macy's, that kind of thing, versus your Phipps Plaza is going to be, I can't even think of all the the more expensive shops, but just trust me on this. But it does have Nordstrom, which it's a really good Nordstrom. Let's see here. That's kind of it on the Buckhead stuff. Okay, so parks, if you've got kids, you want to get them out. There is a park in Ashford Park. It's kind of on the edge. It's right here. It's got, they just installed a splash pad there. Another park option would be right down here along Briarwood. They got a couple of different playgrounds there, and there's a swimming pool and some tennis courts, so that could be another option. And there is this other park right here, and you may be saying, this Brookhaven Park, I'll take my kids there. This is more kind of like nature and just like big fields to kind of play soccer or something like that, or go take a hike, but not really playground as much. There are a couple other parks further north. So like if you got a kid that wants to play soccer, have them check out, they got tons of soccer and baseball, kind of like this Candler Murphy Park, a lot of going on there. And also this park right here along Ashford Dunwoody Road. They've got tennis, the Blackburn Park. I was drawing a blank on the name of this park. But this is going to have tennis, soccer fields, that kind of thing. So look into that if you're looking for sports of that nature for your kids. Schools, so I've tagged them here. You can see the Ashford Park Elementary School is right here in the Ashford Park area, kind of on the northern end. And then for the Chamblee Middle and the Chamblee High, that are the public schools, they are just up Peachtree Road here, and they're kind of just off of Chamblee Dunwoody Road. So right there, right next to each other. And I should mention, this road here, where I guess Peachtree Road actually goes off this way, but all along here, it's just very commercial. You know, there's a lot of car dealerships out here. Just kind of a very busy road. So it's not like an area you'd want to take a walk on. You can. I've actually ran on this when I was training for a marathon, but it's just a very busy road. It's not like the best sidewalk to walk on. And that's one thing in all of these neighborhoods. You don't have pedestrian sidewalks. You're really just walking on the road. So if you like taking walks or runs, you're going to be running on the road. But, you know, in these neighborhoods, there's not a ton of cars that are being parked on the streets as much because everyone has garages and driveways. So you won't have and the streets are pretty wide. So you should feel okay to be walking along a lot of these streets. Now, in terms of houses, just to touch on that a little bit, a couple things to note. So, you know, if you are interested in looking for a house in these areas, one thing I will caution you on is, you know, homes in Ashford Park that are off of Claremont Road. So Claremont Road is like a neighborhood highway. It's really busy. And so, you know, you'll see homes that are kind of along here that are priced a lot lower than homes that are, you know, over here, mainly because the only way to get into these neighborhoods is you have to come off of Claremont Road, which is just a busy area, and so not everyone wants that. They want more of that neighborhood feel where you enter through kind of like a main entrance that feels very neighborhood like instead of just like off of a busy road. But also across the street is this DeKalb Peachtree Airport. So this is just like a municipal airport where all the private planes land and take off. So you do actually get a little bit of plane noise as well. I mean, even if you live over here, you're going to hear airplanes because they are descending and they're about to land. So you are going to see some airport or airplane traffic, but I think you get used to it, but you may just notice it a little bit more if you're right here on the edge. A couple of fun things to note, though. There is a little restaurant right here, this 57 Fighter Group. It's like a little restaurant that you can sit down and look out the window and watch airplanes land. And there's, as I mentioned in my vlog tour, there's a little park here you can take your kids to if they're into planes, let them swing, and there's even little places to sit and you can watch the planes land. So little kids love that. So yeah, just be wary on Claremont Road. That's a busy road. You know, if you are really not looking for a single family home, you really want a townhome or a condo, there's not a lot of townhome and condos. There are a few, but they're going to be kind of on the outskirts. So, like right here, this circle right here, this is kind of a newer complex that was built. These are townhomes. There's a couple of like loft and townhomes right here, and there's like some newer townhomes right here on the edge as well. But that's going to be kind of it. There's also some townhomes. These are a little bit older and smaller, I guess. Not smaller, but they're just, I think they were early 2000s when they were built. So, but there's a complex right here, and there's also some older condos kind of like right here, right across from this Briarwood Park. But that's about it. And they're, again, kind of on the edge of these neighborhoods. I guess one other thing I should point out, because I do work with a lot of doctors that are moving here to work for the Children's Hospital. And one thing I will say is that if you are going to be working for the Children's Hospital, I really think these areas are a great place to land because they're building a new hospital. And when that gets done, it's right here, which I've already got it circled and drawn on, but it's going to be right here, right off of North Druid Hills Road and I-85. And so literally you can, no matter where you're living here, you could take North Druid Hills Road, pretty quick, clean shot, and be right there at the new hospital. Now I will say, I'll be interested to see what they do with traffic, because this intersection on I-85 and this North Druid Hills Road, this gets really bad. So it'll be interesting to see if they improve the traffic flow there somehow, because it's already pretty bad. Trying to erase some of that stuff. Let's see. Anything else that I am missing that I wanted to point out to you? I think that is all, you guys. It's overall this neighborhood, it's a nice little spot, if you're wanting to be by Buckhead, and if you're wanting to get to kind of in-town things that are happening, Midtown, Piedmont Park, 20, 25 minutes is not bad. So overall, I think it's a good little spot, cute area, lots of new builds. Oh, I think that was the last thing I was going to touch on was, lots of new builds going on in all of these different areas. A couple things I will point out, there's still a lot of older ranch homes. Some are really cute, some could use some help, but I would say, like in Drew Valley, you're going to find a lot of the ranch homes here, but really not until you get kind of in this back section. Like here is Drew Valley Road, and kind of back here is where you're going to find a lot more of the ranch homes. All along here, it's just, you're getting a lot of the newer construction all along here, and especially up in these areas, it's a lot of newer construction, more homogeneous. So my suggestion is, if you really want a homogeneous neighborhood look, just try to stick closer to the Dresden Road area instead of further back. But I assume, if you're watching this in 2 or 3 years after I've posted this video, this could all change and this whole area could be looking a lot different. In Brookhaven Fields, I will mention like this whole area. The homes here, cute homes, they're kind of squeezed together pretty tightly. So if you want a little bit more space, a lot of more newer big homes are being built kind of further back, and you get a little bit more space in between each home. These are just crammed in a little bit closer together. They were just built kind of on the earlier stages when this whole area was getting developed. And then in Ashford Park, there's just new homes going up everywhere. A lot of big homes, just this whole area, really. It's really back in here towards when you get to closer kind of by the airport. That's where you're going to see a little bit more of a non-homogeneous look, a little bit newer mixed in with some old. And I'm sure that will change over the years as well. So, okay, you guys, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me. If you have questions, remember, put them in that comments box below. You can send me a text, give me a call, shoot me an email. I would love to answer any questions you have. But until next time, you guys, I will see you later.